Chapter 241. Crossing the Sea of Mist. Invincible. Little Gold and Brahma Heart were surprised and shocked in their hearts with their understanding of Kangtian. This was definitely a physical body stepping into the invincible realm. Kangtian had finally stepped out of this step, becoming a truly invincible powerhouse. Xiaojin was even more deeply aware that with Kangtian hegemony blood's unrivaled talent, once Kangtian stepped into the invincible realm, his strength would definitely be invincible at the same level. And it would never be possible for someone like Qianlong, who had only been promoted a short while ago, to withstand it. As expected, with just one punch, Qianlong completely suffered a heavy blow. Boom! The ground ruins exploded. A figure rushed into the sky. Qianlong hissed angrily. Crazed to the extreme, his right arm shattered. He was completely insane. Even if I die, I want you to accompany me. His body burned out golden flames. An ancient Tao sound was filling the air. Sacrificial flames, burning from his body. Using his invincible flesh as a medium, transforming into a most terrifying attack. When Kangtian heard this, a cold smile appeared at the corner of his mouth, as the domineering aura around him grew even more, as he directly struck out with the hegemony fist. With his fleshly body arriving at the invincible level, Kangtian's hegemony fist became even more powerful. And when this fist came out, the sky and earth changed color, the wind and clouds changed, and the unparalleled hegemonic aura penetrated through the heavens and earth, causing the entire heaven and earth to tremble. Boom! The two violently collided together, and the heavenly dragon once again roared sadly as blood sprayed out of the 9 heavens. Kangtian's gigantic fist carried an invincible force that shattered the golden battle armor on Qianlong's body. Without the defense of the golden battle armor, Qianlong's entire body was suddenly a bloody mess, covered in white bones, miserable to the extreme. The crowd was dumbfounded. This was the peak strike of an invincible powerhouse that had erupted from self-inflicted injuries. But it was shattered by Kangtian's fist just like this. What a powerful force this was. High above the sky, Kangtian stood proudly, his domineering figure causing everyone to lose their concentration for a while. Ah! Qianlong roared in unwilling fury, despair in his eyes. His physical body had once again suffered a heavy blow, and the flames of the sacrifice were burning him up. He was at the end of his rope. Give me a dignified death. After a burst of roar, a radiant light shone through Qianlong's eyes. This was his returning light. With his strong will, he got rid of the madness and regained a moment of clarity. As an invincible level powerhouse, Sky Dragon had his own dignity. He didn't want to suffocate and die like this. It was an insult to him. Kangtian nodded indifferently. His whole body erupted with purple light. The shadow behind him came out strongly and blasted his fist towards Qianlong. Terrifying power was surging, and the entire heaven and earth trembled. This was his peak strike under his ordinary state. Boom! The heavenly dragon was tragically hit. His body shattered and turned into blood mist, but his eyes were still radiant and bright. Even though his body was destroyed, he still used his remaining strength to leave his last voice in this heaven and earth. What a strong bloodline. It turns out that the you who fought against me before did not break through the invincible realm. I'm afraid that in this spirit sealing space, there are only 2 people left who can pose a threat to you. Demon Heaven and the 3rd Prince of the Dragon. I'm really looking forward to your encounter, but it's a pity that I won't be able to see it. The crowd couldn't help but open their mouths at the words. Qianlong's words shocked them to the extreme. So it turned out that the previous Kangtian had been meeting Qianlong at the quasi-invincible realm and had not lost the battle. This was definitely a big news. If it was spread out, it would definitely shake the entire spirit sealing space. Throughout history, there hadn't been anyone in the spirit sealing space who had been able to battle an invincible powerhouse at the quasi-invincible realm without losing, and this kind of natural talent shocked everyone. Boom! Qianlong's head exploded with it. Not a single piece of flesh and blood was left behind in his entire being. Even his bones were shattered by Kangchon. Everyone was silent. This battle came to an end, but the result was fundamentally different from what they had expected. The invincible powerhouse Chonlong, who was strongly wanted by Kangchon's trio, had died such a tragic death. The spirit sealing space has given birth to the third supreme powerhouse. Looking at the domineering figure in the sky, everyone thought simultaneously in their hearts. Among the crowd, a dozen or so quasi-invincible powerhouses were also silent. They took one last look at the sky and headed towards the distance. This battle has inspired them a lot, and they need to shut down to digest it all. There was one quasi-invincible powerhouse who didn't leave. He was Devil Peak. At this moment, he looked at Kangchon in the sky in a daze. His eyes flickered. Kangchon, big brother, you've met your match. An excited light appeared in his eyes, and he finally disappeared into the crowd as well. High in the sky, Kangchon slowly landed and appeared beside Xiaojin and Fanxin. The surrounding crowd gradually left, and only some cultivators who worshipped Kangchon stayed behind, wanting to admire this supreme powerhouse's demeanor. Brother, how does the invincible realm feel? Quickly tell us about it. Xiaojin looked at Kangchon with a face full of excitement, and Brahma Xin on the side was also looking forward to it. They were not far from the invincible realm. Very strong. Kangchon grinned, his eyes blazing as he said, "Let's go. Let's leave this place and talk about it." This place had long since become a ruin after the battle, and it was impossible to fall back into residence. Kangchon's trio transformed into three silhouettes and disappeared into the crowd's gaze. At this point, the furor that arose because of the wanted notice issued by Chonlong came to an end in the last stronghold of the City of Earth battlefield. The strong Chonlong was defeated. The invincible Kangchon's fame spread far and wide, and many cultivators spread the news throughout all the strongholds of the City of Earth battlefield. The entire City of Earth battlefield was abuzz with excitement. The cultivators in all the strongholds were shocked. The Overlord Emperor Kangchon's name flew across the 10 directions, shaking the world with his might, and becoming the object of everyone's admiration. It was a violent storm, and many quasi-invincible powerhouses were silent as they had a hard time digesting this amazing news for a while. Undoubtedly, after this battle, Kangchon reigned supreme in the entire City of Earth battlefield. Looking out of the corner of his eye, the pattern of the City of Earth battlefield had completely changed. Kangchon's every move attracted the attention of all parties, and many of the previously powerful quasi-invincible powerhouses had closed their doors to cultivate, not daring to stir up the wind and clouds at such a moment. Everyone was pressured by the mountain that was Kangchon. As long as he was at the Earth City battlefield for a day, it was incomparably calm. I didn't realize that even in the face of an invincible powerhouse, he's still so strong. It's unimaginable. In the middle of a stronghold, the Black Demon King and the 100 Changes King were both silent for a while, after hearing the news of Tianlong's defeat, and finally sighed softly. They couldn't help but have that purple, domineering figure floating in their minds. The strongholds occupied by the Heavenly Dragon Gang were in chaos at the moment. All the Heavenly Dragon Gang personnel were completely dumbfounded after hearing the news of the gang leader's fall. They couldn't believe that the gang leader, who was so powerful, had died tragically like that. In the end, the Heavenly Dragon Gang was completely disbanded, and one by one, the personnel in the gang went incognito, not daring to say that they were people of the Heavenly Dragon Gang again. This stronghold also became ownerless after many years. Not a single person dared to claim respect here. As long as Kangchon was in the spirit sealing space for one day, this stronghold was always ownerless. Even though Kangchon had already left and even traveled to the City of Heaven, no one still dared to encroach on this stronghold. This was the might of a peerless powerhouse. In the last stronghold, in an ordinary stone house, Kangchon, Little Gold, and Brahma Heart sat opposite each other, invincible. when one is invincible with faith and invincible with will. Kang Tian carefully narrated. He was explaining the insights of the invincible realm to Little Gold and Brahma Heart. This kind of opportunity was unimaginable. Others simply did not have this opportunity. Of course, the invincible realm could not be described in words. Kang Tian could only mention them one or two things. Ultimately, it was up to Little Gold and Brahma Heart to experience it on their own. However, Kang Tian believed that with Van Xin and Little Gold's qualifications, they would arrive at the peerless realm very quickly. Experience it yourselves. As long as your hearts are invincible, you will step into this realm sooner or later. 7 days later, Kang Tian greeted Van Xin and Little Gold before sinking into seclusion. This time, after advancing to invincible and fighting with the heavenly dragon, he had a lot of insights and needed time to digest them. Moreover, having just been promoted to the peerless realm, he still needed to stabilize his cultivation, or else it would be detrimental to his future cultivation. Hula. As his heart sank into the Danshan, Kang Tian instantly saw purple Kang Tian hegemony blood flowing in the thick meridians within his body. They were like the shocking waves in the ocean, rushing continuously and unceasingly, filled with surging energy fluctuations. While these Kang Tian hegemonic blood were flowing, they were also constantly strengthening Kang Tian's physical body. This was the benefit of special bloodlines, especially Kang Tian hegemonic blood. It could be imagined that even without cultivation, Kang Tian's fleshly body was increasing, and once he cultivated, his speed far exceeded that of others. After his physical body broke through the invincible realm, Kang Tian's 9 revolutions, Zhuanggong could also manage to advance to the peak of the 3rd layer, only half a step away from that 4th layer. The 4th layer of the 9 revolutions Zhuanggong should be the shattering vacuum realm in the spirit sealing space, Kang Tian thought in his heart. At this moment, his physical body was already infinitely close to the level of a treasure weapon, and he was able to crush a normal peak spirit weapon with a single punch, and this powerful physical body brought him great strength. This time, when he broke through the invincible realm, Kang Tian had gained a lot. The most important thing was that his intent had been raised to the 70% realm. His hegemony chi was even stronger, and the hegemony fist that he executed was even more powerful. The day to leave the spirit sealing space is not far away. 3 months later, Kang Tian woke up from his cultivation, and he saw that Xiao Jin and Fan Xin, who were full of excitement, were already waiting outside. Kang Tian swept a glance at them, smiled faintly, and said, touching the doorstep, "Brother, within half a year I will advance to the invincible realm," Little Gold said proudly with a sniff. So will the little monk, Amitabha Buddha. Brahma Heart also had an excited look on his face. Kang Tian nodded. This was within his expectations, with Little Gold and Brahma Heart's talent, even without his nudging. It wouldn't be too long before they were promoted to invincibility. He had just shortened this time a little. It's time to head to the City of Heaven. Kang Tian was very pleased to learn of Little Gold and Brahma's cultivation progress. He knew that continuing to stay in the City of Earth's battlefield was no longer of much use, and that it was necessary to head to the City of Heaven to undergo the final test of the spirit sealing space. Regarding this, Xiao Jin and Fan Xin nodded their heads in unison, not to mention that they had always obeyed Kang Tian's orders, and they themselves wanted to head to the City of Heaven at this moment. Because in the current City of Earth, there was no one who was a match for the 3 of them anymore, and continuing to stay was not challenging for them. The 3 of them discussed for a moment, and then left the stone house, where they had been in seclusion for more than 3 months, traveling towards the outside of the small city. Having come to this last stronghold of the Earth City battlefield for such a long time, Kang Tian already knew what dangers there were on the last section of the road leading to the Heavenly City. In that vast sea of fog, there was a powerful imperial level ferocious beasts all over the place, and there were quite a few quasi-invincible level ferocious beasts amongst them. and they were so numerous that they made the road leading to the city of heaven a Jedi. Many Emperor-level cultivators, and even quasi-invincible cultivators, they stayed in this stronghold just to wait for the personnel, and then combine their efforts to open up the road to the city of heaven. This was because with one person's strength alone, even a quasi-invincible powerhouse would find it difficult to reach the city of heaven. However, Kang Chon's trio was unafraid, not to mention that Kang Chon was already a peerless powerhouse. Just with the strength of the two of them, Little Gold and Brahma Heart, it was enough to cross the sea of mist and arrive at the city of heaven. Brother, wait. You don't make a move. Leave it all to us. Outside that last stronghold, Little Gold looked at the sea of mist in front of him and said to Kang Chon, who was at the side. His battle intent was sky high at the moment.